All right, Lady Ada, what is this?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Show and Tell. Back live here. It's me, Lady Ada, Mr. Lady Ada. We're broadcasting from a secret location in downtown Manhattan. But it's not about us for the next half an hour. We're going to check in with people from the maker community, Adafruiters and friends, and other people who want to come by. We're on StreamYard. Anybody is welcome to join.
Link is in Discord.
Go to Discord if you want to join in.
And if you're watching this not live, you can come by every single week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Come by. It's Martintosh. You can show cool retro Mac stuff, all of your projects and more. We usually have guests and more. This week we have a lot of Adafruit folks. It's been a while since we've been here hosting, so this is really good. Let's start off with Scott, because you're the first one on the list right here. How's it going? Yeah.
Oh, you've heard my saga, but I wanted to let people know.
Share your pain.
So we have the IMX RT, which is this cool new chip. It's 500 megahertz or 600 megahertz, depending on which version you're looking at. It's super fast, and I've been working on performance improvements. And 2 days ago, I got it running twice as fast. And now I can't get it running twice as fast.
No.
So I have a build of CircuitPython. I have the binary of it, and I can confirm that the tests run, the USB works, and the benchmarks run twice as fast, but I don't know why. So I made some changes to my code since then, and I can't replicate it like on the Metro. I have it on the EVK that it runs that fast, but on a Metro it doesn't. And I think I did load the newer version onto the EVK as well, and it was also slow. So yeah, if anybody has their interest piqued by how do you figure out what's different between a binary of CircuitPython and what you can build on a branch, let me know. Hit me up on Discord. I'd love some help and some eyeballs to figure out what's making it so much faster.
Best of luck.
Yeah, it's a tough one. This is the first time. It's very weird. I just ran it again, and it's just like.
Did you restart it?
Yeah, I mean, this
turn it on and turn it back off.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. I can run it over UART, and I can run the benchmark over UART or USB, and it's twice as fast than what I can run over Metro from what I thought was the same code.
All right, well, everyone,
weird one.
We'll sweeten the pot. I don't know what the bounty is I'm going to offer, but if you help Scott out and you figure it out, you get something cool.
Maybe some IMX hardware.
Okay.
Maybe a J-Link.
Yeah, or maybe all of those things. So if you really want to come save the day and get some free cool stuff from Adafruit, go help Scott. All right. Scott, Discord, CircuitPython channel.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Scott.
All right. Next, Jepler, what you got going on this week?
Hello. So I've been playing with ChatGPT, and one of the things I did was write a terminal-based interface to it. So this is running on my local computer, but then it connects over the internet to the ChatGPT server. And I'm just going to take a wild stab at this, but maybe we can solve the problem of
how to speed up code. Oh, here's a few ways.
Yeah. So Scott, if you're listening, think about some of these things that ChatGPT is saying.
Look, GPT is already on this. Use multi-threading, Scott.
It does. Does it have neon, Cindy?
I don't know. I
don't think it has neon.
All of these facts.
Yeah, I think that's a little far-fetched, but okay. Yeah.
So
it's very convincing.
This was a really fun kind of learning project for me, both learning how the OpenAI API works and like how to stream the result and get the partial results as you go. And it means that I can store my conversations on my computer and refer back to them later.
Yeah.
And this package called Textual is really neat for creating these terminal-based user interfaces. So if you're into that kind of thing, check it out. It works great with Python. And I was up and running and doing stuff in just a little while. This is up on my GitHub. I'll drop a link to it in the Discord. So if you want to try it out, I'd really love your feedback. It's open source, waiting for that first pull request from somebody who is not me.
This is so neat because we spent so much time on Python and microcontrollers, and Python's really good at text stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an unending stream of text that you can access now that, you know, debates aside about what, you know, ChatGPT is. You know, sometimes it gives back not great search information, but for summarizing, for some like interesting creative things like write a story, it's really fun. And it just reminds me of the few times that we get a little glimpse of when technology is fun again. This is kind of fun.
Don't trust it on facts.
Yeah, like
no, it's like you should use multi-threading. There's no multiple
Yeah,
threads.
like,
It's just nonsense.
no, but like a Star Trek, like Star Wars story, that's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're already like, I'm in a fantasy world. Now I want a computer to like, you know, help. I want to hear a story. Okay, well, very cool, Jeff. Thank you so much.
Yep. See you around.
Okay. Next up, Trevor, what you got going on? Let's see. Oh, you are muted, Trevor.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
Let's
Okay.
come by.
Yeah. All right. So this is what I got going on. So I put together a mini weather station using the ESP32S2 with TFT display and a LiPo battery. So basically here we are gathering data from open weather maps, and you can see that there is like the current temperature, the high and the low of the day, and there's a background. I don't know if you see that back there.
Yeah.
But basically, this tells you the condition of the day. So like if it's raining, it'll have like a little like a cloud with raindrops background, or if it's snowing like yesterday, we'll have like a little snowflake. And yeah, so that's basically my project. I put it on my desk, and you know I don't have to look at my phone during the day. I have to just
And you stay inside and code.
Yeah.
At least you know what it would be like if you went outside.
I've seen folks take these like IoT examples that are really simple, but you can do a lot more with for single serving applications at home. I remember someone said, all I want to know is, do I bring an umbrella or not? That's it. So if there's if you need an umbrella, it lights up their umbrella stand. And that's kind of neat because you could do that now with what you have. You just be like, oh, if it's raining, then light up the NeoPixel string.
That's very true. I can't do that.
Yeah, so that's a fun idea because that's all they cared about. All they cared was about an umbrella. So something terrible must have happened, and I forgot an umbrella once. But okay. All right, Trev.
All right, thanks, Trev.
Thanks so much. And what you got going on this week?
Hi, as you've seen in previous demonstrations, I like to restore old IBM machines. Now, I've tended to stay away from the PS2 line, which started out in the late 80s and into the 90s, but I decided to hit my head against a wall and make an attempt at it. So this is model 55SX. It has a 386SX processor, and it has the lovely, very heavy Model M keyboard that people really like, and this crummy little VGA display that has a lot of underscan, overscan. Well, it's tiny, and there's no actual little knobs to adjust for it. But I'm through the internet, I made this special diskette to load the magic codes back onto it. And I found that it had a bonus diskette from it says 93 inside the disk drive. So a bonus there. But like what's common with these is there's a Dallas clock chip, and it's potted, and it has a dead battery in it. And I think Lamore's talked about these before, and I've got a little chip to replace it, although there's a procedure to use a Dremel and kind of grind into it and put a battery and replace it there. So I may take a stab at that too, but it just seems that it won't load the configuration until you have the clock going. So I'll have to do that. Then I can see if this beautiful 60 megabyte drive, which is not any standard that's known to man. It's ESDI, so you can't just go out and buy one. Lots of proprietary parts on these. So it's just going to be step by step trying to resurrect it. And I did find out today that there's a company that makes a micro channel card. It doesn't use the old ISA cards that has IDE hard disk interfaces on it. That would be great because that means you could put a more modern hard disk, or they have IDE to SD card or CF card adapters, and then you could just boot off a 2 GB SD card that doesn't cost much of anything these days.
Two species of computers that were never meant to meet each other in nature. Welcome to Anne's Jurassic IBM computer collection. All right. Well, thank you so much, and keep coming back and showing this off.
Sure. And if you follow my Twitter that's on the screen there, I'll have pointers to my blog, and it'll be documented so other folks that want to do this kind of thing can see how to do it.
All right. Thanks so much. Next up, Aaron. What you got going on this week, Aaron?
Hey, so this week I have made a pretty cool little project. It is a dragon. And I got a Chinese dragon corporation from Amazon and put a Circuit Playground Express inside of his mouth with some little fiber fill on there. And then I hooked him up to some code where if I make him dance, then the dragon lights up. I've got a strip of neopixels that goes down. And now, of course, he's all tangled up with his foot.
Yeah.
For show and tell, because that's
what happens.
It's work, but
taming dragons life.
This is a pretty simple project. It's there we go. It's real easy. Like it's just a couple of connections with the Circuit Playground and a couple of zip ties. Whoop. And then I did the code in MakeCode. So came up with a pretty cool little flame effect, which runs all the way through the length of his body. So this is a super cool project, easy to do for kids, everything like that. And he's really fun. Like I can't stop just dancing.
Yeah, that is neat.
Yeah.
Outstanding. All right. And I think we're playing the video tonight on Ask an Engineer.
Yeah, great. Nice work.
All righty.
I was inspired by when we went to see the dragon.
We went to
at the,
Chinese New Year in Chinatown, and it was amazing. And we're like, oh, this is going to give us some ideas. And here we are.
For the next year.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, Aaron.
Yeah. And he's my new friend. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, everyone loves dragons, including painting dragons.
Yeah. All right. Now, am I bringing you and Pedro on, or just you and then Pedro?
No, we got separate projects this week.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah. So this was a fun project idea from Lamar. So we 3D printed a star fragment. You can find these objects in video games like Animal Crossing and Zelda. So this is 3D printed, and it's powered by the CircuitPy ESP32S2, and it's also got the NeoPixel BFF driver board on there. But what's cool about it is that it uses the Open Media API to know when the sun is rising and when the sun is setting. That way, the light, the NeoPixels that are inside, will turn on when the sun sets, and it turns off when the sun rises. So it's kind of like automating your lamp. It's got 2 NeoPixel sticks inside of it, and it's all 3D printed without support material. And we also have like a 3D printed stand for it too, with a little base. You can just kind of rest it on there if you want. So it sits on your nightstand nicely. But yeah, it's just a fun kind of IoT lamp that kind of takes away the hassle of having to turn it on and off when you want. So check it out. It's on the Learn system right now. And yeah, I have another one here.
If you eat that, do you become invincible for like 30 seconds, or how's it?
Yes.
Maybe.
You feel invincible.
All right. All right. Thanks so much, Harry.
All right, cool. Nice work.
All right, Pedro, what you got going on?
Hey guys. Sorry I couldn't come on last week. I was stuck in the grid, but got the Tron disc to show off this.
Your disc was at the dry cleaners.
Yeah. So I think the cool golden nugget for this project for me anyway was just like the running vest thing. I don't know they made these. It would have been so cool when we were doing the fairy wings. Definitely would have.
Yeah. So it's a running vest that you can put water bottles or like sports gel.
Yeah. You can put like a bigger battery in here. There's like
your phone.
Yeah, your phone and all that. I didn't know. Crap. And like the mesh on the back is like excellent for mounting, or not even, you don't even have to sew anything. I'm just using like fishing wire to attach like the magnets on there. But of course, the main project is the Tron disc, which I just saw Disney announce theirs yesterday. And of course,
they saw your project. That's why.
Dude, to change the colors, they're charging you to these little chips you gotta put in to change the color. It's like, come on, guys. And then like,
come on, man.
You gotta get the backpack.
You have to pay money to change the color in the disc.
Yeah, it's like, dudes, come
What's
on.
funny is how every physical object is turning into a business model or a subscription.
The lightsabers are the same way. So it's like, okay, you could do that, pay that, or like just build your own and you can change
part of Disney Plus, you can change the color of your disc.
Isn't that funny?
Okay, well, I'm glad you're fighting for the users.
How funny, yeah. But yeah,
the user, because you could own the disc. You don't have to pay anybody.
Are they making like printers with ink or something? Like, it just reminds me of that.
They would, huh? But I think the one cool thing about them is that they have like Bluetooth speakers, so you can like have a speaker.
Oh, it's really
that's not a bad idea.
So Disney does cool stuff. It just gets super weird sometimes when it's like, okay, like to change the color of the physical thing you bought, you have to buy this other thing.
So
like for some stuff I can get like, oh, maybe sounds or something, like maybe music tracks.
They didn't do
much. I get it. No, you got a license as an audio, but like
exactly. Yeah, no motion activation.
Maybe $5 a month. All right.
But yeah, the learn guides on build your own. It's easy to print. Should fit on all printers. And
yeah.
You don't have to pay to change your color.
Yeah. What was the name? It was Master Computer, but no, it was Sark. And then after
Tron.
Yeah, and then afterwards, the original 1980 something Tron, and it like after it was finishing spinning, it was just like an old guy with a typewriter. I'm sure there's like some fandom page where it's like they know the exact name of that character. Anyways,
that's all I got.
Okay, good stuff.
Thanks, guys.
All right, next up, we're gonna do Steve.
What do you want to do?
Oh no, John Park. Sorry. Then we're gonna go. So here's on deck. Steve, you're right up after JP. JP, what you got going on?
Hey, so I've got a couple things. If you show my shared screen,
yes,
there. So I've been working on updating my little hex pad. So this is the PCB I designed in Fritzing and made a revision. Got a nice working version, and I've got the little reverse mount NeoPixels, our low profile chalk switches, and a QT RP 2040 down there. It's acting right now as a USB MIDI keyboard. You could use it for USB HID and other things. And the key thing is these cool keycaps that Lemore found first, and they're commercially available, but we're going to be working on doing a 3D printable version of them because they're kind of hard to find at the moment. And I just finished designing this little case for it that is just kind of a one-piece case that it screws into from the bottom so that we get a nice fit. I've been updating the software, so now when it starts up, it lets you pick some things. So I'm picking first the mode that I'm going to play in, so I can play it, let's say, in a minor key. Then I'm picking the root note, so I'll just go with this. And then I get a choice here. Do I want to play chords or do I want to play single notes? So I'll say we'll play chords. And now these are these sort of related musical notes. You can't play any bad keys, and they all play their own modal chords inside of that. So that's the idea behind it. You could use it for anything you want, and the code will let you update those.
It's a musical instrument from Logan's Run. Nice.
Or it's like a keyboard just for that. Was that New York Times? Like their.
Oh yeah, spelling bee. Yeah, it could be. It could be.
It all reminds me of a spelling bee because it has you can have.
That's funny. I did the little Wordle one. I'm wondering if it would be possible. You just have to tell it what keys it's entering, or if it's positional.
Yeah, it's positional, so I don't know. It wouldn't work, but still evocative.
Yep. For a real fan.
Yeah,
I have a love-hate relationship with that game, actually.
That game
my secret is when I play it, I immediately go for the pangram, and then I quit. I don't.
Yeah, you're like, I'm done. I'm out of here. You know, sometimes there's more than one pangram.
I know, and then I'm sad the next day when I find out. So my other cool thing that I want to share is this is a really neat story here of a synthesizer keyboard that I just got, and you can see it's got one missing key there that I'm going to replace. This is a Casio CZ101, real popular synth from the 80s, which used a somewhat novel synth technique called phase distortion. And And I went and opened it up just to kind of clean it out, check things out. It's working fine, but I just wanted to get a look around and get ready to replace that key. And when I was in there, I don't have it open right now, but if you go to my overhead, this is the first thing I saw when I unscrewed it and opened it up, is this note.
Whoa.
So this is the guy that it was the estate sale of this person. They owned the keyboard, presumably they were the first owner, and they made a modification to it, the CZ101 memory expander mod made by Gary on this date. And then he says, see, Electronic Musician Magazine, July 86, issue, page 64, article by Scott Morgan. And I could see this really nice, clean job of mostly just bodge wires to allow this modification to work. The internet came through with this, which is a scan of the article. So I now have documentation, including this kind of old-fashioned.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, imagine you're trying to figure out what trace to cut by measuring 4 1/8 inches from one edge of the board. And there's a couple more pages here that show.
Well, they didn't have, how would you take a photo? There was no way to do that. You had to draw.
I like how Gary commented his code physically.
He did.
For a future generation, this is like the best documentation I've seen on a physical object like that.
I'm going to print this all on one page, double-sided, and put it in there along with it. So the next,
I think we should also do
30 years get the full article.
We should print out stuff and put it on there.
And it's kind of cool. What the mod is really about is this is a memory expander card. So you could save 16 patches on here, and it had 16 internal ones. You would buy this, and it would allow you to save an additional 16. Except that same card, if you bought a more expensive synth from Casio, would allow you to save 32. And so this mod lets this keyboard tell this cartridge, hey, I want to use that second bank that you're hiding from me. So it's all about unlocking a thing you bought. And I haven't looked that close.
This is like the K-cup of synthesizers.
Yeah, they're like, don't lock me out if I bought this. I want 16. And last thing I'll say is I did open this up and put a new battery, a little coin cell battery in it.
Cool.
And I did leave a note saying Park and the date. I changed the battery. So
right. I think we're starting a trend here. We're all going to start doing this with all our electronics.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, JP. And then everyone should tune into your shows this week.
Yes, you should. Come on by.
All right.
And next up, Steve.
Let's go, Steve.
Oh, wow. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What you got going on?
Yeah, I'm so nervous and I never do this. So
right.
It's okay.
We don't.
Nobody's watching.
Nobody's watching.
Okay.
It's just us.
Yeah. What you got going on, Steve?
I'm trying to find my. Yeah, I never do this. Oh, there we go. This is my first printed circuit board, and I'm hoping that Adafruit will go, wow, this is a good idea. But it's basically six solenoids and controlled by an Arduino.
Oh, did you have another camera on or something? Or?
Can you hold it out maybe?
Yeah.
No. Oh, you don't see it?
No. Do you have you're doing a screen share or something, or can you hold it up?
I have a second camera. This is with OBS.
You have to tell it though. It's not trivial. It's harder than the circuit board.
Yeah, just put if you want to put the camera down.
Yeah, just put the camera down.
All right, so you've got printed circuit board. And yeah, there you go. Okay, now do it again because we heard something.
We heard it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, there you go.
It's a little
it's all driven with a MOSFETs. So this is the board.
This is cool.
So, a maker doesn't really, if they want to make a project with solenoids, you don't have to do all this breadboarding because it's crazy breadboarding,
Yeah.
So you got 6 solenoids and you run it with an Arduino. And I didn't use delay in the code, so it's all millis. You can control the on and off time. So you could do 2 of these and you'd have 12 solenoids. So I just think it's a good idea just to cut down on breadboarding.
It is a good idea.
See, this is a good idea. If you want, email me pt@adafruit.com. I can post it up online if people are interested, or however you want to get the word out about it. Let me know.
Yeah. Who do I email?
Me, pt@adafruit.com.
PT.
Yeah, P as in Peter, T as in Tom @adafruit.com.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming by, Steve. You did great, and keep coming by.
That's so cool. I love it because it's like I feel like it's a little robotic hand.
Yeah. I mean, you could like put little ping pongs on the end of those solenoids and shoot ping pongs off. Anyways,
if you had a project where you had a lot of solenoids, it would certainly cut down on how much wiring you'd have to do.
You can put it next to a bunch of bells or things that make noise when they get dinged. Yeah.
I'm probably going to put it on a toy piano.
Good idea.
You know, a kid's toy piano.
Yeah. If you do that, come back and do a little.
That would be cool. Yeah,
Right.
I'll do something with it.
All right.
Okay.
We're lining up our next musical guests already. All right. We're going to go to Sai, and then we're going to go to Dilchi, and then DJ Devin. If you all could speed around just a little bit. We had a lot of people tonight. Oh, and then Brandon is here too. If everyone keeps it to like a minute-ish, minute and a half, we can get to everyone.
A lot of people came in.
Yeah,
later.
this is a giant show.
Which is great.
All right. Show us what you got.
Sai.
Hi. So yesterday was Pi Day. So to celebrate Pi Day, I designed a board using the RP2040 microcontroller. It has 12 neopixels and 48 RGB LEDs. The RGB LEDs actually use the driver that's from the same family as the Lumicel driver that you're using for the LED glass.
Yeah.
And I mounted a brass cutout of Pi on top of here. And it also has a PDM microphone. And every time it detects one of 3 keywords, Pi, 3.14, or irrational, the LEDs actually change color.
Nice.
In the interest of time and I have background noise going on. I don't want to show a demo.
That's fine. We believe you.
That's great.
We believe you. We believe you.
Yeah. But I published the project on Hackster with the video. And
We'll bust it up.
All
It's
right.
awesome.
Yeah.
Nice work.
If you email me, I can make sure Anne specifically gets it. Anne will probably blog it up.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thanks for coming by.
Happy Pi Day.
Happy Pi Day.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we're going to go to
Dilchi.
Dilchi. He's there? Oh.
Uh-oh.
We will try to come back to you.
We'll come back to you.
All right.
Videos.
DJ Devin and then
Brendan.
DJ Devin, what you got?
Brendan.
Hello. Well, this is Bluetooth going to my mail boombox.
Yes.
This is the transmitter side that will go in the mailbox and a distance sensor. So this is proof of concept. It's a 50 centimeter.
Ooh. Got mail.
Yay!
So
good work.
Yep. And not the tidiest, but whatever.
You've got a mess.
Well, if you remember the dragon mask, it kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Except I don't have my face stuffed in it.
Yeah.
This has whoop. See,
You've
there goes
got
the other
some
side.
guys to get. Yeah.
Well, there is a tiny little slot here for a magnet, but I put it on the wrong side, so when it closes, the magnet's up above the lip. Yeah, design flaw. So this is running on a Feather M4 attached to an RFM module, and inside is an RP2040 pink rare feather running on the receiver side.
That's
along
great.
with some NeoPixels, 20-watt amplifier, 10-watt speakers. Yes, I did cheat and use the I2S audio out. I know I'm not supposed to. Oh, and this doesn't have an antenna because of Desk of Lady Ada. I figured out I'm using the wrong antenna. It doesn't even connect. So I have an adapter. So that Desk of Lady Ada was the most timely Desk of Lady Ada.
There you go.
Because I'm about to go on vacation and potentially do a duplicate design of this out in the field, and knowing that would have failed because the antennas aren't connected.
Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it works out watching YouTube. Sometimes it can work out.
Right, watching Adafruit pays off, you guys.
All right, excellent project. If you post up anywhere online, you know how to get a hold of me. Let me know.
I've already sent it to Anne.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll get the word out. Excellent.
Thank you. Good night.
Excellent work.
Good night.
All right, so we're gonna go to Brandon, and then we'll go and see how Dilchi's video.
Brendan.
No, how's it
Hey
going?
guys.
Hey, I just want to say hi. I was really cool recently. You guys posted that you now have a seesaw using the ATtiny 1616, which turns out to be the same chip that I did when I created what I call the AC1. I wanted to get into sort of doing some teaching this year, and so I created AVR Coding 101, which is as long as you have some C programming experience, that's really all you need to get into it. It takes you all the way through just doing, general GPIO directly in C code without using Arduino libraries or anything to control the little, it's right there, the ATtiny 1616. And this board pretty much has everything you need to learn through the process. So it's got LEDs and it's got buttons and it's got Charlie plexing and it's got a little piezo buzzer. And the great thing about the ATtiny 1616 you guys have talked about is all you need to program it now. You don't need a special custom programmer. You just need a little USB serial adapter.
Yeah.
And so I provide all that in the box, and it goes out, and all the course material and everything else is completely open source and available to people. And I've run one group of students through it already. So this is it's in my GitLab, and everybody can find me because if you simply Google Braden Lane, you find me everywhere now. But like I said, it's got 6 lessons. It takes you through the entire process. It's all open source. It's MIT, license for everything. And so, like I said, I've run one group of students through it already, and I use that to create the videos, which are supplements to the class. So everything is now out there. But I thought it was really kind of cool that it kind of piggybacks with anybody who might have been looking to pick up your seesaw and still wants to learn how to code it from scratch. This is
also
an easy way to tie it together.
Kudos to your documentation. This looks really good.
That looks really nice. Nice work.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, feel free to post up any links and then drop a note to either myself or you can email support or Anne and get the word out about some of your upcoming courses and more.
Cool. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day.
Right. We got one more to go.
Last not least, Delchi. Okay.
Delchi, what do you got going
Hello. Hey, how goes?
It's Robot Central.
So what we have is the evolution of the stack chan, which I showed you last week. This is nicknamed SignChan. It's all I redid the code in MicroPython. Now instead of just filing and bopping around, it communicates with my home server, my home web server, and it connects to the Wi-Fi. So what it's doing right now is it's scanning for all the Wi-Fi access points near it, and the smaller screen at the top will give you a scrolling list of the names and the security status of all of the Wi-Fi's around you.
Fun.
Right now, it's counting down how many days left until DEF CON, and when it does that, you'll see the DEF CON logo spin around. And it communicates with my Pi-hole, and it tells you how many ads have been blocked in the last 24 hours. And it communicates with Twitter, and it will tell me if anyone's mentioned my name on Twitter.
Oh, right on.
And every once in a while, it will turn left and right and look around like it's trying to find something.
The little
and then
security buddy friend.
Yeah. And with a battery pack, it will work perfectly. You can put it in your pocket and pocket war drive practically.
Take it out for a walk to different stores in the mall, all sorts of things. Yeah.
And it does. The one thing that's I added to the original code is whenever it's doing something, it puts an icon in the upper right hand corner. So right now you see the Wi-Fi icon, and when it's doing Twitter, you'll see the Twitter bird, and when it's doing Pi-hole, it has the Pi-hole logo.
Has a little different face tattoo.
See, there it goes. Right now it's reading off all the Wi-Fi access points around.
Twitter, it has a little tear. All right, outstanding. We'll keep coming back with this robot. It's like watching Mystery Science Theater 3000 for days.
Oh yes, I'm sorry I don't have the wheelchair update mod for you this week. We ran into a setback, but hopefully next week the wheelchair mods will be back.
We're here every week. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hoorah.
Okay, that's our show and tell. We'll start Ask an Engineer just a couple minutes later. It's all worth it because everyone showed and shared some making projects. Thank you so much for making this the best half an hour of our week every single week. We'll see everybody next week, and Ask an Engineer starts as soon as I can press a bunch of buttons. Bye.